how do I use arpeggios? It was a great question from a client. They really wanted to know, am I thinking scales, arpeggios, and going back and forth between the two? And the answer is no, you want to be thinking both at the same time. Now, if I have an A major 7 and I am playing my Aeolian, I can also have my A major 7 arpeggio in there. I can decide to outline the chord with that arpeggio, making those bigger melodic jumps, right? Because they're all in thirds pretty much, until you get from the 7 back to the 1. Or I could just use it visually sitting within that Aeolian framework and know where my chord tones are. Now that's great when we take these arpeggios and make them a little bit more cross position. Right now I have that major 7 with this Aeolian shape, and I'm kind of getting into this if I'm using my cage system too, like this A major 7 shape there, right, not getting lost, this A major 7 shape here, right, I'm using it cross positionally. So now I have my modal positions overlaying with my arpeggios, kind of highlighting where those chord tones are, and that's how I can unlock the fretboard, and leaning also on the cage system. What's really nice is when I lay all of those together, my modal shapes and then my arpeggio in there, and leaning on my cage system if I have to really bring those chords out a little bit more, is we can see how everything is related. So even if I go back to my minor pentatonic, build a little tension, right, a little bit of release, right, knowing where my 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7s are in that minor pentatonic, and then I start bringing that around to the other positions. What is happening is from the very beginning of position 1 of my minor pentatonic all the way into altered dominance and diminished runs, and playing a Lydian dominant over a 7 chord, whatever I decide to do, and integrating these arpeggios, is it's all from the same language. Music is a language. The guitar is just the voice that we're singing or speaking that language through. So when we are self-taught, it looks a lot like we have to memorize a whole bunch of things and jam them together. Really, we're just starting from a small vocabulary in another language and building and building and building. And this is a really great example of how that happens. If you're an intermediate guitar player stuck in that robotic pentatonic plateau that we all get stuck into, and you really want to bridge the gap between your creative ideas and what you're able to play, becoming fully fretboard fluent, comment pro below and we can get started.